first, soak in and celebrate the winter wonderland of Utah, if you will, with your interior surroundings. That serene, calm feel can be just a touch for transitional decor ideas. Michelle Inkley nails that look in her own home, and she's bringing today a few ideas to share with the rest of us. Happy New Year, how are you?
Happy New Year to you, I'm doing great.
Talk about a Happy New Year. You're bright, you're fresh, and your home clearly is too. Confession time, my Christmas is still up. It is, it's still up.
Well, that's okay. You take it down when you feel like you're ready to take it down.
When was yours down?
The 28th.
Yeah, I thought so. And why not when you have these beautiful pieces to put in its place?
I know. Well, I love to take it. I love to put it up, and I love a lot of it. And then I love to take it down because sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Well,
and
in fact, you told my producer you like your house to breathe.
I do.
After Christmas. What do you mean by that?
So what I like to do is just take everything down.
Okay.
And when I put stuff up, sometimes you take what's on the mantle and you put it in those Rubbermaids kind of as you're swapping out your Christmas. And I just kind of let that decor sit in the corner of my room on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
And let everything just kind of breathe. Just let everything be clean and blank for just a couple of days.
So it's a decor reset for you and your space.
It is. And I just kind of leave it there for, well, maybe a week or two. Some of my spaces are still kind of blank because I just need a little breath of fresh air, a little clean start. And there's some pieces in my Christmas stuff that I just love to keep out a little bit longer.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Are there pieces from our Christmas decor, our December stash that we can pull into January and February?
Yes. Of course, snowflakes. That's my favorite. And I have these big, beautiful plastic or resin snowflakes that I hang from my banister, and it takes me forever to climb up on my catwalk and hang them all.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And I think I'm gonna leave those out.
I risk my life for those snowflakes.
And so I'm gonna leave those out through January, and they're really fun and pretty, and they add a little bit of that sparkle that we still kind of need after all our glittery's down.
From a colors perspective, anything metallic, anything white obviously can stay.
White, anything that's really a natural. So like any of your pine cones or antlers are always really big, or anything made out of wood. Anything that's just kind of a natural substance or made from a natural thing works really good. Anything white, cream, things like that work really well.
Can we jump into some of your specific ideas? Because I think just seeing these ideas, seeing these little vignettes will spark kind of some new inspiration for the winter decorating season, if you will.
So the one I have on the end, this big like bowl thing, is not even in my living room. It's in another, like, hidden in the basement, but it's white and it's the color I needed, and I thought I'm gonna bring that upstairs and put that on my little side table this year. And I have these little glass Christmas trees I had kind of in my village.
They work.
Yeah, that I thought, you know what, those work really pretty with that, and I'm gonna leave those out.
So you turned the plates up top to bottom.
Yep, and I hung a little snowflake, so that kind of kept it a little bit wintry, and then you can add pine cones or whatever you want to that.
See, just that vertical flip of the plate and then a three-dimensional snowflake hanging from it, it's just getting creative with what you have.
The whole look, and it was white and light, and it just wasn't overwhelming for the space. And I couldn't put my orange tree up. That's where, like, that's too early. It's too springy.
Too much. Yeah.
That's what went there.
All right, these are the kind of the lighter weight snowflakes you were talking about.
Yeah, and I have some glass ones too that I had mixed with that. But this little vignette was kind of in the kids. I loved it in like a little kids area of my home. But I put it on my mantle with one of those little letter boards that had a cute little "Keep It Cozy" saying on it, and I thought it looked really cute and wintry to kind of keep up, kind of like the Swiss Alps type of thing.
Did you make these triangle
trees? I did make them, and that will be on my blog hopefully this week on how to make those.
I can see the simplicity in the project, but also the genius, because you don't have to be a painter, I imagine, to pull this off.
Oh my gosh, or anything. They're just pieces of plywood that
you don't have to be anything.
You don't have to be anything.
You just have
to
be you. You don't have to be a craftsman or a painter. That's cool.
You just have to want it, and then you can. It's really easy.
I want it.
Home Depot can cut it for you.
Project instructions on your blog?
Yeah, they'll be on my blog up this week.
I'll look for those. And you've kept the twinkle lights.
And I kept a few of the twinkle lights out in my house, just little, where they were applicable, where I thought they worked. And then I loved bringing in texture with like the plaid blankets and the furs and the cozy, things that you have on your couch. I think that adds kind of a wintry aspect as well.
At first I even thought that was a scarf, so any textile that brings that.
I think that is one of my blanket scarves. I threw it on my couch this year, and it warmed it right up.
Looking at what you have with new eyes, which you do so well. You mentioned the natural textures and materials. That really is showcased here.
This obviously is my Christmas because it's still super glittery, but I thought it worked well.
Snow glitters.
Snow glitters, yes. So I thought it kind of worked really well with the little pine cone theme that I had going on and my little antlers that I have on a little tray sitting on my coffee table, because this is usually filled with some glass floats, beachy floats. And I thought that was just a little bit too springy and summery. So I just kind of left out the natural element.
This proves a point, too, that we've discussed on the show. Containing anything in glass or putting a structured shape around it, it just brings a simple object, like a pine cone, to life. Makes it elegant, sophisticated.
And it's easy.
And it's
and
easy.
You can throw it in. You don't have to like arrange it like flowers. It's just you can throw it in and it's done.
More texture
More
over
texture.
here.
So my cute little yarn wreaths. So we have all these beautiful wreaths that we have and then we take them all down and I'm like,
oh, it's pathetic,
isn't it? Everything looks so bare.
Especially the front door. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Manufacturers need to help us out in the wreath department post-Christmas.
They do. Just keep it simple. Keep your greenery wreath out. Keep it simple. But I loved inside. I have a fireplace that I always hang a little wreath on, and this was just perfect because it's made out of yarn. It's really warm and texturized, and ooh, it's just soft and cozy.
And we will never get sick of those yarn palms.
I love the yarn palms.
Never,
and the little
ever.
fur ones. I made some out of fur, and that's gonna be on my blog too. There's a little tutorial on that.
Oh yeah, look right here.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's different and fun. All right, and finally metallics on the ends.
And then and then you can just take what you already have. Everybody has candlesticks.
Yeah.
Take every candlestick you own and run it down the middle of your table and add a few little pieces of greenery or branches. And then that creates something new and different, but it's warm and sparkly and inviting. And it doesn't matter if they match. Just put them all together and it looks like a curated group of of items.
I'm inspired. Michelle, I'm inspired. Christmas decor, you heard it here, coming down this week.
Okay.
Maybe this weekend.
Take your time.
But this week, great inspiration on your website. Of course, the project tutorial for those beautiful kind of wood triangle trees and what's coming up in 2017 on the Glitzy Prayer.
Oh, lots of organizing. It is organizing season. So get ready to get organized for this year.
We'll be there right with you. She's a great coach to have. Thank you.